All right, so basically, um, just doing this little quickie real quick because, well, when y'all see this, well, technically today, really. Um, I'm gonna be out with family, so uh, I just peeped that Forbes released their top 50 greatest of all time list. I think it's like a top 50. Um, the only thing I know about it is that X, and I mean XXXTentacion, he's not on the list, and I only know that from the subreddit. So, um, definitely see a casual listener react to this. So if I don't know, 50 right here. This is in March, and they just talking about it now. Okay, but we finna see all these ads. Alright, I switched browsers, but yeah, this finna be a casual. I'm just a casual listener, just reacting to this list. You know, being out of something out of the norm for me. Um, I still gotta. Speaking of rap, I gotta redo my top. I gotta redo my re-ranking of Tyler albums. I'll do that Friday because I had a talking video for, well, a random topics video Friday, but I'll make the Tyler video Friday and then the random topics next Monday. It's thanks to the rappers all the time. When the Bronx, yeah, this is history. Best rappers all the time include Lil Kim and Kendrick. Okay, we'll just keep going. Uh, Taylor Quilly. I don't really know who this guy is. I'm not sure if I even heard a song from him, or maybe I have. I just don't know by name. But then the 50 spot, that's for y'all to define. So respects to him. Young Thug 49. I'm surprised they gave their respects to give respect to Young Thug, but he did. He was, and I'm hoping that by them defining the greatest, I mean they probably not, but when you define like the greatest of all time, you have to factor everything, like absolutely everything. That includes influence, um, impact, um, and not just like rap ability and rap skill. And adding Young Thug in here, I'm pretty sure they're incorporating, you know, those things because, you know, he's showing his in bleed to blur genres. Yeah, they're even, yeah, so they're incorporating a lot of different factors here with Young Thug. They're giving him his props, so I respect that. Cardi B, yeah, she can have her respects too, especially since, you know, for the longest Nicki was like the top well, she was the only competition, and then Cardi B came along and she she changed a lot for female rap, so she has her flowers. Chief Keef, finally he gets respect. A lot of lists leave him out, but he is insanely influential and his impact was crazy back then. A lot of people left them out when it came to the Mount Rushmore top 2010s topic. That when and he changed the fact with how much he changed, it's surprising that people leave him out. Pioneer drill music. Legal issue, yeah. But he is very influential, highly influential. Especially since drill, like it says here, is reached from the UK and even other countries too. So massive flowers to Chief Keef. Pusha T. Maybe I'm not. It's probably because I'm not really hip on Pusha T like that, so I can't really say. He probably does deserve to be on this list, but him being on this lower end probably makes more sense. Excuse me. He's acclaimed for his lyrical talent, cleverness, and keen storytelling. But how much influence and impact does he have? That's the real question. How much of those does he have? But having him on the lower end, I think that would make sense. MIA, that's you don't really see her in lists. So this is surprising. This is very surprising to see. And it's not only that MIA possesses her own sound, but she's lyrically gifted in wordplay and social issues. She does have a pretty unique sound. Cause I've heard some stuff from her. She does have her own sound. It probably is pretty. Her stuff is probably pretty influential and impactful. It's just not really talked about like that. At least from like videos at least that I've seen. So it's nice to see her get her recognition on here. Takeoff. I'm pretty sure they put him in here because of his rap ability, his lyrical, and his flows. Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna put the other members of the Migos here. I feel like when you talk about the Migos, I feel like it will make more sense to just have them all together. Wait, hold up. The group which came out of Atlanta hip hop scene left its imprint. This can be heard in Versace Motorsport. Takeoff wasn't even on Bad and Bougie. Why is this here? I guess just talking about the group as a whole, but like when it comes to the Migos, it would make more sense if you talk about them as a whole instead of individually. Because Takeoff, yeah, in my opinion, he is the best member of the Migos. But to put him on here stand alone, I'm not sure. But your RP to him. Melly Mel, yeah, he definitely deserves his flowers. I know that. He for sure, deserves to be on this list. On 43 though, I'm not sure. Y'all will have to, this is a discussion for the comments too, so y'all can discuss y'all placements in here. But yeah, Melly Mel for sure deserves his flowers. Prodigy, Mob, yeah, because they do have, Prodigy, Mob Deep does have their influence. I forgot he passed, so RP to him. They do have their influence. It's more so on the lyrical. Well, it's more so on the lyrical side of things where their influence, you can really see it, but it makes sense, So they deserve to be on here. Lupe Fiasco. Look, I'm gonna say this right now. I don't really listen to Lupe. Like, I'm being genuine. I don't really listen to Lupe. And but I heard a lot of people give him props for his lyrical ability, but Lupe don't really. He doesn't really have influence like that. He doesn't really have a lot of impact like that, you know? Like he doesn't really have that buzz. And I'm not saying every rapper has to have that buzz, but it's like you didn't really make noise. So I feel like he's really on here for his lyrical ability, which it's debatable. It's just debatable. Bad Bunny, yeah, that would make sense. Putting him on here would make sense. Make a lot of sense. Especially that he's been making a lot of noise, and he's been putting Latin music. You know, he's helped put Latin music more, especially like Latin trap and Latin rap on the map, especially like especially in the US and around the world and stuff. So he definitely deserves his props. He deserves to be on this list. Method Man, this is another one of those where it's like short. Method Man is cool, but it would make more sense if it was talk about Wu-Tang as a whole, you know? Not saying he doesn't deserve to be on this list, but it would, it feels more reasonable to talk the group as a whole instead of just individuals. When the group as a whole has done their work collectively, like Wu-Tang and Migos, it makes more sense to talk about the group as a whole instead of individuals. E40. Does he deserve to be on this list? He does have his, his West Coast influence and stuff. Do I like E40? Personally, no. And I'm saying this is something I listened to. The Graveyard Shift. That album was 4 for 20. That album for me was 4 for 20. And there was only one song on there that I liked for his performance, and that was it was more of like a personal storytelling track. I think it was like the last track on the album, or like one of the last two. But yeah, he does deserve to be on this list because, for his West Coast influence and the work he's put in. So Rock, I have no clue what this is. I'm gonna be real. A major figure in the world of underground rap. That's probably why. I have no. He was part of Flip Mode. Yeah, I'm gonna just skip this one because I don't know. MC Light. Don't really know much about her. I probably should, but I don't really know much about her like that. But I'm sure she has her flowers. LL Cool J. Yeah, definitely is definitely influential and impactful for rap, so he does deserve to be on here. Childish Gambino, my man. My top 5 personal artists. It is nice to see him get his recognition. He deserves his flowers. Is he influential? Not to an insane degree, but he is. He is impactful. He is impactful. He had his times during because of the internet where he had his impact. Awaken My Love was for sure impactful because especially back then, you didn't really see a lot of rappers um take a whole nother route, um like do a take on the genre, like do like go to another genre and do really good on it. Because then you had, I forgot the name of Yachty's album, but y'all know what I'm talking about. And then Tyler's Igor, he for sure has, he for sure deserves his flowers. So it's good to see him on here. Future, yeah, he's very influential too. I feel like in a way, him and Young Thug kind of go hand in hand with how much influence. Like they're both, like they have, they're both in their own different ways, but at the same time, they kind of go hand in hand on like influence and impact. So he deserves to be on this list. Busta Rhymes, yeah, I'd say he deserves on this list too. I'm kind of skimming through because I don't want this video to be too long. Mos Def, he, I think they might put him on here for more so his lyrical ability, but he does, it's reasonable for him to be on this list. I guess, it's reasonable. Queen Latifah, iconic figure in the female rap scene, so and acting too. Can't forget about acting as well. So I should have mentioned the acting for Donald, but yeah, deserves to be on this list. Dr. Dre 100% deserves to be on this list. 29, that's for y'all to tell, but he definitely deserves to be on here. Lauryn Hill, there are a few rappers to know. There are a few to know no other rappers on this list who won a spot based on a singular album. Yeah, it's funny that it's crazy the recognition that she gets and the, her impact, and yeah, she does have some influence. I just don't really, I need to reach out more to female rap. That's just, but Lauryn Hill deserves to be on here even if it's just from one album. It's crazy how impactful a singular album can be. Juice World, nice to see him get his props because he could have been big. He was on that way to becoming big. The same thing with X. It sucks that X is not on here because he does deserve to be here, but it's sad that he's no longer with us as well. He could have been. His impact was crazy. As far as influence, that's more we would have to see. I see more of course I see more influence from X than him, but I'm pretty sure or maybe I'm not looking the right places, but we'll see more influence coming from Juice WRLD. But as far as impact, yes. MF Doom, very influential in the underground scene. RP to him as well. He deserves to be on this list. Ice Cube, for sure, as well. And not even just for rapping, acting as well. He's very talented in both. 50 Cent, definitely, yeah. For sure, yeah. As it continued, aided by album releases The Massacre and Curtis. I say people more so kind of slander Massacre than, but maybe that should be, maybe that's just probably like the popular thing to say or something. I don't know. Power, yes, he deserves to be on here. DMX, RP to him as well, but yeah, he deserves to be on here. Has plenty of influence in his impact, especially with how he is, how he was. You know, was very out there. So you know what I'm saying, it makes sense. Big Daddy Kane. Uh, I would. I see him get a lot of flowers, but I would probably have to listen to him, if I'm being honest. Rakim. I'll rather let y'all decide on that one. New style lyricism for with his complex vocabulary, so they're probably putting him more for lyrical. Common. I would honestly have to listen more of Common to really have a say so for him. So I'll let y'all decide on this one. Ghostface Killer. Yeah, he does have a ton of influence too. But again, it makes more sense to talk about Wu-Tang as a whole than individuals. But I mean, yeah, makes sense. Snoop Dogg. Yes, yes. We're talking all the time and bringing up West Coast for sure. You definitely got to talk about Snoop Dogg. Definitely have to talk about Snoop Dogg for sure. Tyler, yes, getting his flowers too, finally. Um, he is a lot of like people like they don't really add him in on these lists, but the amount of influence he has had for rap, especially on the internet, because Our Future was so big on the internet. Excuse me, and then even like his own like solo work, it definitely like deserves more recognition. There's probably in had this list been a bit later, I'm pretty sure this he might have had a maybe might have a higher placement for Chromacopia, but going off of you know between not Goblin Bastard and the Estate Sale, between between those, yeah, he definitely deserves to be on here, and it's great seeing him get his flowers on one of these lists finally. Oh, they even talk about his brand too, yeah. Lil Kim deserves to be on this list, highly deserved, being influential for the female rap scene. ASAP Rocky, yeah, yeah, I could see it, especially with how much he assisted in with the whole ASAP Mob RPDMs, and his own career has been, pretty. Um, I was trying to. There's a whole nother word that I had in my mind, but it just left. So I'll just say influential. There's also Face of Fashion for the Dior, and they gonna bring up Rihanna, who he is. They got 2 kids. I ain't been tapped in with their whole relationship because I don't really, you know. Chuck D. I'm sorry. Don't really know much about Chuck D, so I'm unfortunately gonna have to skip. But y'all can, y'all could talk and educate in the comments. Missy Elliott for sure, for sure. Biggie, yeah. I mean, even if not, I'm pretty sure they would have. These lists put Tupac and Biggie regardless, but yeah, putting over here makes sense. Andre 3000. They love putting. This is another one of those cases where they love putting Andre 3000, but don't really give Big Boy his props. Like Outkast as a duo, they deserve both as a duo, it deserves their respect. You can't just leave. You can't really just feel like you can't really just leave out Big Boy, you know. Eminem, that's just a given. That's not like a stand saying that, but we know we already know, you know. So that's just a given. Nas, person not really a fan of Nas, but yeah, he deserves to be on here, I guess. It's more so for his lyrics. As far as influence, maybe. Don't really see it. Nicki Minaj deserves to be on here for sure. Especially for the female rap scene, deserves to be on here. Kanye West, definitely needs to be on here by so many different means. Drake. Oh boy. If I ain't see Kendrick yet, then I already know. I already know what's gonna. I already know. I already have a feeling. But Drake, yeah, he deserves to. He deserves his flowers. Depending on it. Listen, no matter what you feel up, how you feel about Drake, you can't say that. You can't say that he wasn't impactful for his time, like 2010s. You can't say that he's not influential, because he does have a lot of influence. He does. He deserves to be on this list. Tupac, it's also another given. He does deserve to be on this list. I'll say that. J. Cole. This is a case where they're really putting on him for his lyrical ability. If I'm being real, if it's between J. Cole or Kendrick, I'll put Cole over Kendrick, honestly, because as far as I heard, and mind you, again, I haven't heard albums from either of them, but this is from what I heard. J. Cole not only has the lyricism, but he has more sound to him, and because of that, I feel like he has more influence. He has more, like, him and Kendrick have around the same, like, impact and influence, but I feel like J. Cole has a little more than Kendrick, if you get me. Because let's be real, who do you know that really sounds like Kendrick? And that is a genuine question. Who do you know that really sounds like him? There's plenty, there's some rappers you could pinpoint that, okay, there's influence of J. Cole, but there's not really many you could say for Kendrick. But this list really putting on here for lyrical ability, but he does have sound too. So at least they're crediting him for sounds as well. Lil Wayne, arguably the most influential rapper of all time, for being real. So many rappers, especially in 2010s and even now, you can just see even just hints of Lil Wayne. So many of them are like Lil Wayne, and they've been inspired and influenced by Lil Wayne. Putting him at 3, though, I wouldn't say so, but hey, I'm not Forbes or whoever made this list. Here the man goes. Here, this is the same image I used for the Kendrick video too. Here the man himself goes. Are they crediting? Oh, they didn't credit the beef. I'm surprised. But I know for a fact it's probably because of it, Especially early. If I remember, it said that this was edited later by like during June. So he's definitely all the way up here just because really for his lyrical ability and because of the beef. But they didn't mention the beef here, so they're giving him his props for his other work, you know, Good Kid, Mad City, and um Mad City, Damn, Pimp a Butterfly, and all that. But putting him at number 2, I'm sorry, and I know a lot of y'all really gonna get on my head, but no, he does not deserve to be on number 2. He does not deserve to be up this high. Because like I was talking about when I was talking about with J. Cole, he doesn't really have the influence like that. The impact for West Coast, yeah, you know, it's there, but as far as influence, he doesn't really have that. I'm sorry, I've never seen anybody rap like Kendrick. So, you know, he has his work for the West Coast, but as far as everywhere else, it's not really all that. Everywhere else outside the West Coast, besides probably besides these 3 songs, and then Damn, because Damn was more, and Mr. Morale too, because those are more out there instead of focused albums like To Pimp Butterfly and Good Kid, Mad City. But you know, he's more for the West Coast than anywhere else. He deserves to be on this list. He doesn't deserve to be number 2. Sorry, he doesn't. Jay-Z a number 1. Would I say he deserves to be in top 10? Probably. Number 1 though? I would rather leave that up for y'all, to be honest. But he does, you know, he has his flowers in rap and also in business too, rap business and all that, but putting him a number 1 though, I wouldn't really say that. But yeah, that makes this list. What is this? Highest selling rappers of all time? Whoa. It's obviously gonna be Eminem. We already know that, but I'm just looking at it here. Eminem, Tupac, Jay-Z, Drake, Kanye. I know some people are gonna complain about Drake being up here and not Kendrick, but Kendrick, just because Kendrick surpassed him on streams does not mean anything for this. All right, he surpassed Drake on streams, but it don't mean anything for this. Kanye, Lil Wayne, Beastie Boys. I guess it's an honorable mention, and then Outkast. Yeah, that's this list. If there's somebody that I want to react to this list, if he hasn't already, let me check just really quick to see if he has. He probably has, or live. Has he? Okay, he hasn't. I low-key want Gully Boy to see this list. He's seen Billboard. Well, that was like last year. He's seen billboards, but not Forbes. Let me check his other channel real quick, just to be extra sure. Has he? No. So, but yeah, that's this list. I say a little quickie. Look at the time. Here I am saying a little quickie, and then this is what I do. But Friday, Tyler ranking, added in Chromacopia, and then random topics for Monday. So with that, see y'all whenever.